Today, we're discussing which one of the fantasy hockey cards are actually worth making in NHL 23. Make sure you subscribe if you love NHL 23 content. Without any further ado, let's get right on into it.
So coming up first, we have EVANDER KANE, 6'2", 210 pounds. If we look at the likelihood of his card reaching a 99, well, it's a bit low. Most goals he's ever had was 30 goals when he was in San Jose in 2018 and 19 season. Last year, though, he did have 43 games played and 22 goals in those games, so almost half a goal a game would mean he would reach a 99 overall. But in order to be a 99, he needs 35 goals this year. But here's what you have to think about whenever you make these cards. If he were to reach 99, it's not going to be anytime soon like we saw with the Matt Duchene card, for example, last year. This card's probably not going to be usable on your team, even if he has a great season, until at least March. So in my opinion, EVANDER KANE is a hard pass. Tomas Sahorna is up next, 6'1", 207 pounds, pretty good size for center. And he's starting out at 68 overall. He would need 31 goals this year to eclipse a 99. One of the things I love about elite prospects is they give you the projected numbers here. So he's projected to have 35 goals this season, which would eventually put him in a 99 overall card. Now, I will say this. He wouldn't be the first choice that I have, but you might be able to get him for cheap in the auction house, especially some of these players that are non-NHLers normally go for a lot less than the NHL players. So if you can get him for under 200,000, he could potentially be a good buy early on. Again, something to keep in mind, he is only a 68 overall, so it's going to be some time until he slots into your lineup, though. Pavel Mintyukov is up next, 6'1", 192 pounds. He's a decent size for a defenseman, and much like Sahorna, could be a pretty good buy. Again, he's only a 68 overall, and although he's a defenseman, he's projected to score around 31 goals this year. He already has 5 goals this season in the OHL. And keep in mind, the defensemen get a +2 overall. Being that he's a defenseman that gets +2 overall, he only needs 16 more goals in order to get a 99 overall card. He certainly has potential for being a high-scoring defenseman, but probably won't be usable for some time. Alex Pietrangelo's up next, 6'3", 209 pounds, also has silver 1T. Starting out at 70 overall, meaning he's going to need 15 goals in order to eclipse a 99 overall. He's only scored more than 15 goals in his entire career since 2008 2 times, and this year through 9 games he remains scoreless. Pietrangelo is definitely one I would leave on the shelf. Timo Meier is up next, 6 foot, 216 pound winger. He does have fly the zone and silver elite edges, so he could be usable, although he may not be a 99 overall card anytime soon. Now, he would need 29 goals in order to get 99 overall. Last year, he had a phenomenal season, putting up 35 goals, and he's also eclipsed 30 another time in his career back in 2018. If you've watched any Sharks games, San Jose looks pretty flat. However, their team is going to probably do a fire sale here and tank for Bedard. Shout out to No Sleeves. And the likelihood of Meier remaining on the team remains in question. Regardless, this is one of the better ones to target. Again, I want to go out and spend all my coins on it, but I think there's a pretty high likelihood of him getting to 99 overall, especially if he gets a change of scenery. Nazem Kadri is up next, 6 foot, 192 pound center. He does have silver close quarters, which is one of my favorite abilities in the NHL. And being that he's a forward, he'd have to have 27 goals in order to get to 99 overall. Last year with Colorado, he did end up putting 28 goals on the board in 71 games played. And this year so far in Calgary, he's had a pretty hot start, 4 goals in 6 games played. Now, he's going to be one of the bigger cards to target. However, he's not going to be cheap up in the auction house. Right now, the cheapest one's around $750,000. And in my opinion, spending that on a 72 overall card that's going to remain pretty much unplayable for the next at least month, more likely than not, is just not a good use of coins. I'd wait till the card came down in price if I were to target Kadri. Looking at our first master set item, we have the 5'10", 205 pound Kevin Fiala. He does have silver elite edges and gold schnipe for now. I'm actually a really big fan of Fiala. Watching him in Nashville, I knew he had a lot of potential, and last year he put up 33 goals in Minnesota. But this year, he's having a little bit of a slow start with LA, only 1 goal in 9 games played. Now, he needs 27 goals in order to become a 99 overall card, which the only time he eclipsed that was last year. However, at the age of 26, I believe he's in his prime. This is probably one of the best master set cards, in my opinion, because once Fiala starts to find the back of the net, he tends to keep doing so. Next up is the 6'4", 192 pound Thatcher Demko. Now, I would not target a goalie in this, in my opinion. There's quite a few reasons why. Let's first talk about how these goalies go up in overall. If you saw my last video, you're going to know that these go up +1 overall for either a shutout or a win. Although Vancouver kicked the crap out of the Penguins last night, they haven't really had the best start to the season. Also on that note, Spencer Martin was between the pipes last night and not Demko, even further limiting Demko's ability to become a 99 overall. For me, this is a hard pass for a few reasons. Next up, we have our next master set item in TRISTAN JARRY, 6'2", 194 pounds. He would need to win 27 more games with Pittsburgh in order to become a 99 overall card. Despite some injuries last year, he did have 34 wins with the team in 58 games played. Now, this could be one of the safer bets for a 99 overall card, but I would not spend any coins on a goaltender unless you got JARRY for a steal. Next up, we have the 5'11", 181-pound Shane Gostisbehere. He does have the ability to put the puck in the back of the net with 4 goals in 7 games played so far this year. He also had 14 goals last year with Arizona, and all he would need is 12 more goals this year in order to become a 99 overall card. Now, he's going to be a bit of a smaller defenseman, but so far this year, you can get away with smaller guys in your lineup. In my opinion, I really believe this card is going to be a 99 overall at some point, and he could put points on the board pretty quick. I wouldn't be surprised if this one reached 99 overall earlier than most other fantasy hockey cards. Next up, we have the 5'9", 173-pound Yanni Gordy. He does have silver quick draw. I probably wouldn't put him at center. He's a little bit too small for me in that category. But that's not to say that you couldn't throw this card at wing. Gordy's actually an interesting card. He needs only 22 goals this year in order to be a 99 overall. He's eclipsed that number twice in his career with Tampa Bay, and last year he put up 21 goals in 74 games played with Seattle. Now, so far this year in 8 games played, he remains scoreless, but this card could pop off, and it wouldn't take many goals for him to actually be able to play in your lineup. I like this card a lot. Next up, we have SEBASTIan REPO, 6'3", 212 pounds. He's one of the sleepers, guys. He only needs 21 more goals in order to become a 99 overall card, and at 6'3", 212, he's a pretty big boy. So far this year, he has 7 goals in 18 games played, and he's projected to put up 23 goals, meaning he'd be a 99 overall card on your team. If you can get him for under 250,000 coins, I think he's an absolute steal. We have the 6', 187-pound Robert Thomas. He had a phenomenal season last year with 77 points, 20 goals, and 57 assists in St. Louis, and he's a great playmaker. This year, he only needs 20 goals in order to become a 99 overall. So far, he has 1 goal in 6 games played with St. Louis, and this could be one of those cards that reaches 99 overall pretty quick. The only problem is he's a master set player, and a lot of other people are also going to be targeting this card. You're probably not going to find him for anywhere under 600,000 at the very least. But anything under around 400,000, in my opinion, is a great buy for this card. Up next from the Flyers, we have Provorov at 6'1", 201 pounds. He's a left-handed defenseman that actually has some pretty good potential. Seeing Eye and Heat Seeker is not a bad little combo. And for a defenseman that has put up 17 goals before in his career, there's certainly a possibility that this card could be 99 very fast. He only needs 10 goals in order to do so. Now, he did put up 9 goals last year. He's eclipsed the 10 mark 2 times, but that 17 goal mark in 2017-2018 is what really gets me excited. Now, he's goalless so far this year with 7 games played in Philadelphia, but I really like this card's potential. Next up, we have Matthias Plachta, the 6', 198-pound center. I like this card too. So far this year, he has 8 goals in 15 games played, meaning he's having a great start to the season. Most goals he's ever had was 16 goals in 40 games played, but Hockey Prospects projects him to have 30 goals so far this year. The good news is he only needs 19 more goals in order to become a 99 overall card. And again, as I mentioned before, a lot of these non-NHL players typically go for cheaper in the auction house. I like his chances of becoming a 99 overall. Up next, we have the 6'4", 209-pound Seth Jones. At an 80 overall, he only needs 10 goals in order to become a 99, but he's really cooled down since he's been in Chicago. The last time he came close was in the 2018 season with Columbus, and prior to that, he had a couple great seasons with Columbus, putting up 16 goals and 12 goals as well. So far, he remains off the scoreboard this year in 7 games played with Chicago, but based on his size alone, including his silver stick-em-up ability, I really do like the potential of this card. However, I wouldn't spend any more than 250, 300,000, at least early on here, in order to acquire him.
That's it for me on this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you go ahead and click like. It greatly helps me out. And if you love NHL 23 content, I love to have you stick around here with me. Make sure you go ahead and click subscribe. Again, I'm an Advantage, and I will see you guys next time.